So I've been asked to read the face of Neil Gaiman. Don't know this guy? The chatter out in the universe says he's some kind of author. That wouldn't put him on the list of wanting to see. He must have done something untoward. We'll just kind of read his face and take a stab at what that is. 9 face shapes. He's a combination between a bucket face, high intellect, loves to learn, loves to think, and a king face, which is a natural leader. He's a thinking leader. Tends to overthink, and that can create some problems. Now, the right eye is what we show to the world. It's our public persona. It's our mother's influence. The left is our true inner private self, and it's our father's influence. When we cover that left eye, this guy's focused. I mean, he's right there, pretty intentional. When we cover the opposite eye, this is his true or where he's at right now kind of thing. When we cover that right eye and we look at that left eye, there's sadness. It looks like he's about to burst into tears. Matter of fact, there's greater puffiness underneath the eyes. We'll come to that when we get to that. But obviously something that you can't ignore. There is some sadness going on in this kind of guy's life. It's kind of a right now sadness too. This looks relatively new. I'd love to give you the parameters and the mathematics behind that. I'm just telling you, I think it's a new kind of thing that's going on. His eyes, the one thing that jumps out at me right off the bat are the unequal pupil levels. This is a sign of a traumatic brain injury. Some inflammation in his brain, and it's causing one side to be heavier than the other. When there's inflammation, the body will try to put out the fire with water, and that water is heavy, and it'll give you this marker of an unlevel pupils. There's also some lower sympaku. It's a little greater on that right side. I'm just going to go there. Here it is. Sympaku means white 3 sides, and it's a sign of fanaticism. The fact that it's greater on the right side, he's probably fanatical about females. Neil, I'm sorry. I'm just reading the tea leaves. So let's go a little deeper into that. Let's look in his upper eyelid. They're kind of puffy and kind of hooded. It is a little greater on the right side, that puffiness. If you can just see, there's a little more hanging over and drooping of that. This is a gallbladder indicator. This isn't gallbladder. This is internalized anger. This has to do with a female. Now, let's dig even a little deeper into this guy. Let's look underneath his eyes. You can't ignore the puffiness. And which side is puffier? The right side is less, and the left side is obviously much greater. So this is a kidney deficiency. In traditional Chinese medicine, the water element, kidney, bladder, sex organs, and hormones. When there's a deficiency, one of the ways you can try to strengthen those kidneys is sex, pornography. I mean, that's just how it works, folks. I'm just a messenger in this one. So there's some rather interesting issues going on, and chances are he did something untoward from a sexual standpoint. There's also some pretty dramatic adrenal lines. That's the lines that come from the Coraline and sweep out much, much deeper on the right. He's under a lot of stress, and when you see it on the left side in a male, it's self-inflicted. When you see it on the left side in a female, they've been abused and stressed out by a male. But when a male has it on the left side, this is self-inflicted wound when it comes to that. Nose tip is gourmand, so he likes the finer things in life. You know, if he's an author, he's probably successful, and some of these things say he'll kind of maybe choose some paths towards those things he likes in a very unhealthy way. So again, physician, like to look at things from a health standpoint, very strong constitution, so he's not aware of some of the injuries that are occurring. Most definitely has a liver gallbladder issue. Part of that, the liver is probably inherited. There's some kidney deficiency, certainly inherited, some adrenal insufficiency, that's earned. And then, of course, we have the traumatic brain injury. If I ever wrote another book, which I'm not going to do, but if I did, I would title it The Emotional Concussion. There's a possibility pictures of him that were a long time ago would not show this imbalance. There's a possibility there's an emotional concussion. I'm just saying that because there's such a dramatic left-sided adrenal line. So that's Neil Gaiman. I hope you enjoyed meeting him, and I hope he's not mad at me for reading his face the way I did. Have you enjoyed the faces we've diagnosed thus far? Do you have someone you'd like to see diagnosed? Put it in the comments, and it just might happen. Hope you enjoy.